KCPM TV 24, Chico, Reading. And now, this is 24 Reports Nightcast, making a difference in the North Valley, with John Carroll and Karina Rusk, weather with Peter Churney, and Jeff Peterson on sports. Live, this is 24 Reports Nightcast.
Good evening. Topping first news, Romanian leader Nicolae Ceausescu has been executed along with his wife and son. And despite his death, the fighting continues. Arthur Kent reports on the violence that plagues the country.
The announcement on Romanian television was brief.
Sentința a rămas definitivă și a fost executată.
Both Ceausescu and his wife were condemned to death. The execution, the announcer said, has been carried out. Many Romanians find it hard to believe the man who ruled them with a ruthlessness verging on fanaticism is finally gone.
I'm truly happy, and I'm emotional that I know that it will be true. Okay. It will be okay.
Tonight, a member of the National Salvation Council sang a Christmas carol on Romanian television, a carol banned in this country for 40 years because of its celebration of the birth of Christ. The Romanian army's big guns, guns that have roared through the weekend, were silent in Bucharest, the capital, this Christmas Day. But in the narrow streets of the city center, soldiers and civilians watched for snipers, the die-hard Securitate troops still loyal to Nicolae Ceausescu. Yesterday's heavy fighting has kept the army and the people on edge. One hotspot, Romanian television. Army units returned sniper fire from the courtyard, protecting studios that have become the Provisional Reform Government's virtual seat of power. Later, reinforcements arrived, one of the citizen volunteer units that have taken up arms in the past 2 days to defend the new government and help defeat the old regime. They lack experience. Have you been trained in the use of that rifle?
No.
This electrician last week went to the barricades barehanded.
Without gun. Now I have a gun.
It's a menacing atmosphere broken only by the faintest traces of Christmas cheer. Except perhaps in the churches of Bucharest. Here, the celebration of Christmas Mass has risen above the turmoil in the streets. Tonight, Romania's faithful mark not only the birth of Christ, they pray for the rebirth of a nation, their Romania. Arthur Kent, NBC News, Bucharest.
The unrest in Romania was the topic of the Pope's annual Christmas message. Pope John Paul asked for a special blessing for the people of Romania. The pontiff prayed for Eastern Europe, which he says was awakened from a nightmare. The Pope delivered his traditional Christmas message from a balcony which overlooks St. Peter's Square. He wished the world a Merry Christmas in 53 languages. In Panama tonight, hundreds of U.S. soldiers keep an armed watch outside the Vatican embassy, where Manuel Noriega remains inside and out of reach. NBC's Steve Handelsman reports on a frustrating stakeout that has American soldiers making the most of Christmas in a country under fire.
I'd like to say Merry Christmas to my wife.
Christmas dinner in Panama. These soldiers got turkey and trimmings. Most GIs here fared far worse. Hundreds spent Christmas Day like this, keeping an armed watch on the Vatican embassy. Manuel Noriega remained holed up inside, not even allowed to use the telephone.
He's running for his life, and he has had to ask other people protection. He's finished.
Finished in Panama, probably, but there were comings and goings all day amid reports the ousted dictator was negotiating asylum in Spain. That is, until Spain said it would turn Noriega over to the U.S. With Noriega pinned down, his organization is crumbling. 2 of his former top aides turned themselves in tonight to the U.S. Army. But frustration over the fact that Noriega himself is apparently still out of reach of U.S. law prompted a question tonight to visiting U.S. Defense Secretary Dick Cheney. Why didn't U.S. soldiers stake out the papal mission?
You could not come in and surround literally every embassy in Panama in the hopes that you would head off Mr. Noriega.
So there's a standoff here tonight, which many believe could last weeks or months or even years. Meanwhile, this Christmas Day in Panama City's bulging refugee centers, families whose homes were destroyed in the U.S. effort to oust Noriega tried to celebrate the holiday amid the filth and the squalor, but it was difficult. In Panama City, this is Steve Handelsman for NBC News.
Coming up next on Nightcast, a house fire in Anderson, and we meet up with folks who work through Christmas to keep you safe and informed.
Nothing moves you.
Something wild is coming.
That's why.
The Cougar XR7. It has speed-sensitive steering and anti-lock brakes. But most of all, it has a supercharged 210 horsepower engine. Wow! It's becoming a cat-eat-dog world out there.
See your dealer now for low financing or special savings on 1990 Mercury Cougar XR7.
Discount Center will be closed the 31st, 1st, and 2nd in order to take inventory. But for 5 days beginning the 26th, Philco is offering the North State the most intensive clearance sale in our history. 5 days to save, 5 ways to save. Floor models, closeouts, clearance markdowns, customer returns, one of a kind. Many models sold at cost or under dealer wholesale. All merchandise priced to guarantee quick sales. So grab the bargains. Philco's intensive clearance sale through Saturday. 5 ways to save big time. 5 days to do it.
Fire marred one family's holiday celebration near Anderson tonight. Flames engulfed the roof of the home of Carol Owen, but firefighters saved the family, pets, and most possessions. The Owen family was visiting relatives in Reading when the fire started. Neighbors spotted a small blaze on the roof and called the fire department.
It wasn't that big a deal, and then it just, like I said, it's a shake roof, and it just took off real badly, and it almost got out of hand.
Firefighters suspect the blaze started as a small flue fire because eyewitnesses said they first saw flames around the chimney area of the roof. Damage was estimated at about $20,000 for roof repairs. Police are on the lookout for a hitchhiker who brutally attacked a Glenn County woman last night. Nadine Withrow was thankful to celebrate Christmas at home today after being stabbed 3 times by a black male hitchhiker yesterday. She said the man flagged her down at Highway 62 and Aguas Frias Road, appearing to need immediate help.
He was trying to throw me out, but I was still belted across the lap, and I couldn't get out. And then he jabbed the knife right in my jugular vein, and I was afraid he was going to cut my throat.
Butte County sheriffs are looking for the man who's responsible. He's an adult in his mid to late 20s or 30s. A private reward is being offered. If you have any information, you can call 538-7321. Police are still looking for a Shingletown couple that's been missing for over 24 hours. Leonard and Lucille Panconen told their daughter they would arrive at her Chico home about 3 p.m. yesterday. When they didn't show up, police were called in. A helicopter and highway search has failed to turn up any sign of the two. Police are looking for a 1977 blue Chevrolet Caprice, license plate 438PYY. Anyone who has information on the couple should call their local police department. We're up to the month of August now in our look back at the stories that made headlines in 1989. A Reading woman wins top honors in an all-female air race, and in space, Voyager 2 has a close encounter. And as John Carroll reports, others were avoiding fires.
I can't run anymore. I've been running too long. I'm tired.
August was the month the West burned out of control. Fires raged from Idaho to Southern California. Huey Newton sparked the Black Power movement in the 60s. Newton died a violent death on an Oakland street. In the North Valley, the triple murder trial of Robert Morey ends with a conviction. In Tehama County, John Borg is found guilty in the death of an elderly North Valley woman. It was August when telephone workers went out on strike. Pacific Bell managers manned the switchboards. A shutdown at Chico's Louisiana Pacific lumber mill puts more than 100 people out of work.
It's catch as catch can. You work where you can and hope to hell something else comes up.
And the bulldozers finally move in on Shasta County's Toyon-Wintu Center. Overseas, Lebanese terrorists follow through with their threat to kill Marine Lieutenant Colonel William Higgins. A British river barge slams into a London party boat. 27 people are killed, and a dozen people die, and hundreds are injured when a Mexican train plunges off a bridge. 2 U.S. congressmen lost their lives in August plane crashes. Mickey Leland's plane hit an Ethiopian mountainside. Larkin Smith's plane crashed in a Mississippi forest. 3 North State men survive an emergency landing in the hills north of Chico, and it was a happy landing for a Redding woman. Donna Taylor and her co-pilot won top prize in an all-female air race.
Now, to win a race like this, it takes a fast airplane, number one. If your airplane isn't fast, I don't care how good a pilot you are, it's not going to make it. You flat out fly the plane as fast as it'll go. It is just absolutely being pushed. So mechanically, it has to be in tip-top shape.
The farthest reaches of the solar system came right into our living rooms when Voyager 2 had its close encounter with Neptune and its moon Triton. Meanwhile, a total eclipse made it hard to see our own moon. And finally, Americans cast a backwards glance to a place called Woodstock. I'm John Carroll, 24 reports.
Coming up next on Nightcast, folks who work through Christmas. And Peter has the holiday forecast. It may be cool and clear here, but in the east, it's a different story.
Having my 4th baby was a snap. I only wish she'd weighed 33 pounds. Thank goodness for Diet Center. They helped me to lose weight by eating real food, none of that gimmicky stuff. I felt so terrific, I talked my mom into joining. She lost 25 pounds. So if you're really serious about losing weight, call Diet Center. You'll feel a difference.
Call your Diet Center professional in Redding, Anderson, Red Bluff, Chico, Oroville, Gridley, and Yuba City.
They predicted a gloomy year for everyone. But they didn't count on Mazda, with cars and trucks engineered to feel just right. Now Mazda is racing toward an all-time sales record, with record-setting deals that can save you up to $1,000 now. The Mazda, race to the record. At your local Mazda dealer now.
We are very much ahead of the competition. I think today's shopper wants to see a large variety of different cuts of meat. We have roast to steaks to chops, pork, lamb, and veal. Some stores you can't even find pork, lamb, and veal, which we carry a big selection every day, day in and day out. I think we surpass Lucky by a long shot on everything, on our freshness, on our variety, on our selection. Once you see what Safeway has to offer and you go into Lucky's, you'll come back to Safeway.
Taking a little break there. Christmas time does not always mean vacation time. For some, it may be the busiest time of the year. For others, it's just a year-round job. Channel 24's Bill Schmeckel and Petra Schaefer report.
It's been business as usual for the fire department today. Redding's firefighters spent Christmas morning in the Mount Shasta Mall, and not for last-minute shopping. The department put out a small dumpster fire, and they'll be on call like any other day.
Family is continuing celebrating the holidays from last night. We had our main get-together last night, about, 27, 28 people in the family got together last night. Today, they're continuing to celebrate. I'm here working.
Today's no holiday for the California Highway Patrol, or for anyone who speeds.
You know, somebody has to, and, we have to be out here, so it's not that bad. I've had my share of Christmases off in my career with the Highway Patrol.
For those who keep the rest of us fed or keep our cars filled, Christmas is like any other day.
Deb, please. Well, I haven't taken a Christmas off since '83, so it's pretty much...
Now, how do we know that all these people were out there working? Well, we were out there too, but don't get me wrong. As soon as this is over, the Christmas festivities will begin. In Redding, Petra Schaefer, 24 reports.
Sure, she's out having fun and we're still working.
Yeah, we are. It's Christmas
But we
Day.
like it.
Well, it's a good thing we were inside today if we lived on the East Coast. So I'll tell you what, we had some nippy temperatures around the country today. The North Valley wasn't one of them, though. Let's get right outside. And if Hurricane Hugo wasn't enough, look at Cape Hatteras, North Carolina right now. And that's a bikini on a snowman, believe it or not. Look at that. They got between 8 to 10 inches of snow there. Quite a bit. Hatteras is also the location of the nation's oldest and tallest man-operated lighthouse. Now that's down in Florida. The upper Florida Peninsula had quite a bit of freezing and frost weather overnight last night and again tonight. Out here in the North Valley, though, this is what the temperatures look like right now. The mercury above the fog is quite high. Now look at this photograph taken by David White of Chico, and this is up on Highway 32, about halfway between Chico and Forest Ranch. Just a beautiful sunset. But look at the temperatures down in the fog. Redding 37 degrees, 33 degrees in Red Bluff, Chico 32, 33 in Oroville, Yuba City 35, and Paradise, approximately where this photograph was taken, 47 degrees. The winds from the north, the barometer rising, 92% is the current relative humidity, and that's climbing right up to 100%, so there's thick fog out there, and with a dew point at 35 degrees, we're creeping right down to a level that we might have some frost tonight, especially on overpasses. So those of you who are driving home from the Bay Area or going any place tonight, be very careful. Now again, across the country, that low pressure system that caused the snowfall along the east coastline in the Carolinas, right in this area here, has moved slowly offshore. We still have quite a bit of cloud cover and a little bit of lake effect snow occurring in the northern Great Lakes region and the northern Ohio Valley this afternoon. And the jet stream looks like this today as it sweeps right down through the central portion of the United States, continuing to drag a lot of chilly Arctic air right into the central portion of the nation. Now, fortunately, it's dried out a little bit, and the south is clear. However, very cool, as you saw in that video a little bit earlier, freezing temperatures into Florida, overnight lows, very chilly. Now, here in the North State, this is what things look like this afternoon. That ridge of high pressure that we've had with us for the past few weeks, going on a month now, is giving us what could be the driest December that we've had in almost 100 years. Just really terrible in terms of precipitation here. And you can see right here along the west coast of the United States pushing all of that moisture up into the northern Rockies. Now, in the foothills tonight, this is what the forecast is going to be. We're going to see relatively comfortable temperatures and mercury dropping down just under 40 degrees. Highs tomorrow, very warm, however, and again, above that fog. And as you see in that picture behind those temperatures, that's what it's going to look like tomorrow. 67 degrees in Paradise. Very, very warm for this time of year. And in the North Valley, the fog is out there right now, and it's going to be with us throughout the night into the early morning hours, and the mercury is only going to rise up into the mid-50s. Now, in the Mid-Valley, fog is going to be with us throughout the night, and we're going to have clear skies, but chilly temperatures with the thick fog. Now, Bakersfield, for example, today, down in the mid part of the valley, had a high of 38 degrees. That is the lowest temperature they've had in, well, something like 45 years, so very, very chilly there with that thick fog cover. And on the north coast, the fog is out there right now. We're going to have sunny skies tomorrow afternoon, though. The onshore flow is going to blow the fog away, and we're going to have comfortable temperatures. And in the mid-coast, the same thing. Cool, chilly right now, and it's going to be that way throughout the morning hours. 65 will be the high in Monterey. Sunny skies, though. It should be pretty nice. Now, in the mountains, very interesting situation. Extremely cold throughout the night, but very comfortable temperatures tomorrow and sparkly, crystal clear skies for the extended forecast. The overnight lows are going to be down to about 30 degrees in most locations in the North Valley, and the daytime highs are going to stick right around 58, 59 to 60 degrees in most locations, except up in the foothills where you're above that thick inversion layer. It's about 1,500 feet. Very unusual situation for this time of year, and that picture tells it all. I mean, it's very warm up in the foothills.
That thick fog, something else. Thanks. Coming up next on 24 Reports Nightcast, Jeff Peterson with sports. The Bengals and Vikings fight it out for the NFL final playoff spots. And the sports world loses a man not everyone liked, but a man everyone will miss.
Rib City delivers dinner, delivers ribs right to your door. I said, Rib City delivers dinner, so you just don't have to cook no more. I said, Rib City delivers dinner, delivers ribs right to your door. I said, Rib City delivers dinner, so you just don't have to cook no more. I said, Rib City delivers dinner, Rib City delivers dinner, Rib City delivers dinner.
The guaranteed rebate. For the first time ever, get a $1,000 rebate on a 90 Caravan. And if Caravan rebates go up this model year, we'll pay you the difference. Or get 3.9% Caravan financing. Caravan, the original, the all-time best-selling minivan. The guaranteed rebate. Nobody can match us. Not Ford, not Chevy, not the imports. Nobody.
Your injuries are better, but you're not going to try and deal with the insurance company on your own, are you? The AAA of all people.
I can handle these people.
We'll see. Oh, no.
I should have got someone on my side.
Claims people do the insurance industry's dirtiest work, selling the accident victim short. So if you have such a claim, get someone on your side. Call me today.
Call the law office of Max G. Arnold in Reading at 241-5400.
We treat your feet. We treat your feet.
Your initial exam is only $10 at Golden State Foot Clinic in Reading and Chico. Call these numbers today.
We treat your feet. We treat your feet. It's the only thing we do at the Golden State Foot Clinic. We treat your feet.
Take a close look at Sable for 1990. It has a 4-speed automatic overdrive transaxle, electronic multi-port fuel injection, a 140 horsepower overhead valve V6 engine, power-assisted rack and pinion steering, McPherson struts, stabilizer bars, a 4-wheel independent suspension, and available anti-lock. Isn't it nice to know that along with the guts, you can still get the glory?
See your dealer now for low financing or special savings on 1990 Mercury Sable GS.
Sad news in the world of baseball tonight.
Yeah, definitely, to say the least. Former Major League manager and player Billy Martin died today. The 61-year-old Martin died of severe internal and head injuries after the vehicle he was in skidded off an icy road and ran into a ditch. Sheriff officials in Binghamton, New York say the man that was driving the car Martin was in was illegally drunk and is in serious condition at an area hospital. Now, Martin helped the Yankees win 5 world championships back in the 50s as a player, and then went on to have a career as a manager. He managed the Twins, Tigers, Rangers, A's, and the Yankees. Hired and replaced him as their skipper 5 different times. Again, Billy Martin dead at the age of 61. Football, no more confusion when it comes to the NFL playoffs. Going into tonight's final regular season game of the year, the Vikings and Bengals both were in charge of their own destiny, but also a couple other teams' destinies, too. A Viking win, Minnesota and Pittsburgh are in the playoffs. Cincinnati and Green Bay out. A Bengal win, Cincinnati and Green Bay are in the playoffs. The Vikings and Steelers out. Confused? What the heck? Let's go to the Metrodome. Show you the highlights anyway, and I'll tell you who made the playoffs. Frosty the Snow Woman will be in the playoffs. Bengals are losing here, 19-0. Boomer to Eddie Brown, now 34 yards and a touchdown. It's 19-7. Fourth quarter now, 22-14. Cincinnati back in this game. Watch rookie Craig Taylor take the pass from Esiason and run over not one, but 2 Vikings touchdown. It's a game, folks, 22-21. But Minnesota puts it away. Here, Wilson to Brent Navaleski. Touchdown. Vikings win it 29-21. So Minnesota and Pittsburgh are making the playoffs. Frosty the Snowman, I think she'll probably be there. Now, don't let the cold and foggy weather get you down. All you had to do is turn on the Aloha Bowl in Hawaii today to get your spirits back up. Sunny and warm temperatures in the 80s, but the Hawaii Rainbows look like they were just a little bit too hot, I think. Michigan State all over them today. We're going to show you a few highlights from Honolulu. Oahu Stadium, the Rainbows, 8 turnovers, and this guy, Michigan State's Blake Ezor, did him in. Ezor, 24 yards, and a score here. He scores 3 touchdowns and runs for an Aloha record 179 yards. The Spartans win it 33-13. Meantime, in Montgomery, Alabama, folks, you had to be a little bored this Christmas to watch this one. But what the heck? The Blue-Gray All-Star game. After the Blue took a 10-0 lead, the Gray took over in a big way. Vanderbilt quarterback John Gremos deep to wide receiver Ricky Prowl of Wake Forest. Touchdown. The South wins this one 28-10. Yes, a little basketball this Christmas Day. How about the Cavaliers and Atlanta Hawks? We're going to take you to Atlanta where, ho, 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 how about Spud Webb and his little friend coming down the aisle? You're going to see him in just a second. There he is. He goes, hey, my hero is Spud Webb. And a lot of people's hero is Spud Webb, especially after today. He goes all by his lonesome for 2 of his, get this, career high 26 points. And Cleveland loses this one 115-102. And finally, a special tribute to a man not all of us liked, but I'm sure all of us will miss. Thanks for the memories, Billy.
It's like a little boy dreaming someday to be a Yankee player, then the next thing is the Yankee manager. It's a wonderful thing.
After all that we've been through, I will make it up to you. I promise to. And after all that's been said and done, you're just a part of me.
just took Reggie Jackson out of the ball game, and Jackson hit the top step of the dugout and went flying right at Billy Martin.
It's hard for me to say I'm sorry. I just want you to stay.
I owe it to my health and my mental well-being to resign. I'm also sorry about these things that were written about George Steinbrenner. He does not deserve them, nor did I say them.
Introducing number 1, Billy Martin.
Couldn't stand to be kept away just for the day from your body. Wouldn't want to be swept away, far away from the one that I love.
I didn't challenge the Marshmallow Man, he challenged me.
Everybody needs a little time away. I've heard it say from each other. Even lovers need a holiday. Far away from each other.
Well, we straighten a lot of things out. They'll, for instance, I'll be handling all the trades.
Well, what do you mean?
There'll be no phone calls in the dugout.
What do you mean? That is not, that's not right. I'm handling the trades.
That isn't the way we say
I have the right to call you in the dugout.
That's not the way it's going to be, George.
You're damn right it is, and if you don't like it, you're fired.
You haven't hired me yet.
Who wrote this?
So I just want you to know this is the way it's going to be.
If you were good all year and still didn't get the gift you wanted, see Mervin's insert in today's paper. Our year-end sale and clearance starts tomorrow at 8 a.m.
We got the jump, Toyota gets you in gear. We got the jump.
The more you know about trucks, the more you're gonna love the 90 Toyotas. We got 4x2s, 4x4s, tons of trucks making Toyota #1 in sales and satisfaction. And now, on top of great deals, you can also save big on option packages. So come on.
We got the jump. Oh, the competition, yeah. We got the jump.
Some things you expect to pay for. Some things you don't. Some you do. Some you don't. If you haven't already noticed, your bank may be charging you for your own money at your own ATM. But at Home Fed, we don't. Home Federal. Free. Anytime.
That's the news from all of us at Nightcast. Merry Christmas. We leave you with the sights and sounds of the holidays.